Took a little bit of ice, a little bit of shrooms.
Shanin Blake's world looks mostly harmless upon first glance. Her songs are about loving yourself, connecting with nature, and finding the magic in life. All of this is great, but if you look below the surface of the aesthetics, you'll see that the ideologies she's perpetuating are much darker than that. Let's find out how this woman made a profit off the image of love and light, when in reality, she's anything but.
Content warning: anti-blackness, anti-Hawaiian bigotry, Maui fires, anti-indigenous bigotry, racist and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, health claims, quick flashing images.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Clown Town. I'm Gus.
I'm Val. Thanks so much for joining us. Whether it's your first time here or you're coming back to the channel, thank you for being here. We appreciate that you're choosing to spend your time with us.
I tip my cowboy hat too. Today, we're gonna be talking about Miss Shanin Blake.
I attract what I allow in. I am a vibration, people can tune in. I broadcast, I am love, I am abundance.
Please forgive, 'cause I am sorry.
The cultural appropriation per square inch in the image of this video that I'm stitching is so high. It's like a Where's Waldo. It's so dense. There's so many things going on.
I've been chilling in the mountains of Peru, drinking with the Shanin.
You know, anybody who thinks the final boss of colonialism is some right-winger, YT supremacist, nope. That's the final boss of colonialism right there. The 20-in-1 appropriation is unhinged.
So Shanin Blake isn't exactly new on the street. I've been seeing content about her for maybe like a few months at the very least. That's when it popped on my radar. And when I saw that white woman in dreads and the puka shells and the grills and how we're all connected to the pyramids, I was like, bestie, this feels so in line with what we talk about.
I've been chilling in the mountains of Peru, drinking with the Shanin.
Somebody please come collect Rebecca Badu from someone else's land.
I'm well aware that I attract what I allow in. I am a vibration, people can.
I've always felt so uncomfortable around these kind of white girls. I know what her Instagram page looks like. She probably has no black friends. If she has any black friends, it's one. And that is probably so far in the sunken place that she doesn't even think she's a black woman, if she has a black friend.
And I'ma make the golden light I trusted. My spirit guides, they help me land upon the best path.
So these spirit guides, right? When we say that, we talking about our ancestors, you know. I come from warriors, I know my past. So you talking about Reagan, Nixon, King Leopold.
Yes, there's a lot of information about her already, and we will be linking a lot of that in the description. However, I wanted to talk about it because, God, it's not funny because, like, it's serious, but also, like, objectively speaking, kind of silly tee-hee ha-ha for me.
There's some bits of it that are definitely funny. So I think Miss Shanin could be a case study on several things. First off, on pastel Q, which is something that we've just covered. And if you've seen her music on TikTok before, you might be like, wait, she just posts about love and light and ukulele and fun stuff. There's a lot more to it than that, and we will get there. The other thing that I think that she's a case study for is something called spiritual bypassing, where you use spirituality to make yourself feel better rather than to actually connect with the world around you and to make the world a better place. And I think Shanin is a perfect example of this.
Also, cultural appropriation for 500, Steve. Like, please, no, that's not Steve. What's the name of the guy in Jeopardy?
Alex.
No, I got him confused with Steve Harvey. So not only is Miss Ma'am an appropriator of various cultures, she also stole someone's flow. It just feels as if nothing about her is original.
Took a little bit of ice, a little bit of shrooms. Did that.
The song is called Time Adventure, and it's dedicated to Adam McTell.
spiritual stuff that she claims is like her life and whatever, it's all stolen. Her flow is stolen. It's been said that her flow is stolen from No Name.
I'm well aware that I attract what I allow in. I am a vibration people can.
You see, I'm hearing No Name, but I'm not seeing No Name. Where's she at? Where's she at?
That's why I keep my circle small. That's why I keep my circle tight. I learned my lesson to always trust my intuition. Cause some of these people, they don't have my best intentions. Pay attention. Simone, Jimmy Jones, Missy Elliott, music leader, my relatives. Never forget my Andre, Poppy, Mikasa, Sukasa, baby.
Somebody else sounding like you is actually harmful to your sound and your ability to survive, live off of your art, right? Somebody else sounding similarly, and especially when they do it and they reach a big platform, right? It's actually harmful to a smaller artist.
And I would also say that she uses a kind of a Doja Cat vibe sometimes.
Oh my god, okay, I just wrote like the best I've ever written. Okay, here we go. I told him praise my often. He told me that won't be a problem. He opened up my legs and saw bliss and told me I'm a artist. Yes.
Not only are all of your songs me, I, so there's no originality anywhere, you can't even make your own little melody or something? Please do something other than drums.
So before we get to some of the music that she makes, I found this post on Reddit that I thought was interesting from a previous fan. So if you're not gonna listen to us two stanky haters, then take it from somebody who gave this woman the benefit of the doubt. To sum some of it up, because it is a long post, she basically was gonna be the headliner of this newer venue for a 420 festival, and last minute she just didn't show up. The venue paid her 15 grand. The venue tried to be really accommodating. Here are some examples.
The workers I talked to who corresponded with her said that she had lists upon lists of requests, like specific sheets in a specific color of black, obscure grocery items, even down to pick these colored candies out of the bowl.
She did all that just to not show up and to leave them to foot the bill. It's just ridiculous.
Honestly, we think this last sentence completely sums her up.
It really changed my perspective of her and made me realize as a person she is bad vibes entirely and does not fit the music she makes or the persona that she portrays. That's something that she constantly says in response to the haters, like, I'm just love and light and I'm just trying to live my life and be a good person. No. A bunch of people were waiting for you at this venue, super excited to see you. This new up-and-coming venue was excited to get somebody who had a bunch of buzz on social media, and you disappointed everybody.
And apparently all the fans got were a Instagram story a few hours before, like, sorry guys, they lost my luggage, bye. Girl, if you have so many millies, you can buy a new outfit. Let's get your shit together and do what you have to do, and what you've been paid to do. Come on. Yeah. God. Anyway, where should we go next?
The next thing that we're going to talk about is another layer, how disgusting she is.
Making an angry face right now because this just pisses me off.
The only way that we can talk about this is just reading the post.
Shanin Blake is known for her unapologetic cultural appropriation of and profiting of the traditional Hawaiian practice, Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono, please forgive cause I am sorry.
There have been countless videos made by local Hawaiians explaining why this is so problematic, and she's never acknowledged it, never apologized.
If she was a Pono person, as soon as the Hawaiian community came and told her, hey, this is wrong, she should have posted an apology video, taken down the song.
They're just gonna keep doing it. They're gonna, keep thinking like, I am so in touch with my inner spirit. Ho'oponopono. Mahalo nui loa.
It was illegal for many years for us to speak in our native tongue. It's not palatable if I say it. It's palatable for people like her to say it in her, converted camper van.
When she upset the Hawaiian community, she didn't self-correct. So she is not being pono. She is not practicing ho'oponopono. She is still just another cultural appropriator.
I think you guys who do these things, you should definitely come here to Hawaii. You should definitely seek out our elders, and you should definitely do this to them. You should definitely try to, you know, tell them how much you know about Ho'oponopono, how much you guys know about Mahalo Nui Loa. Like, please. It would really just heal our community.
Shanin and her boyfriend Layup of at What's Good with Z's and U's, sorry, I thought that was important, were part of a group that flew to Maui on August 8th, the same day the devastating fires started, unaliving over 100 people and destroying thousands of homes and businesses. The government's asked tourists to leave. Opal, a bass music producer slash DJ, born and raised on Maui, was friends with the group. They told her they were leaving Maui the next day.
The next day, they posted that they had left, but forgot one of them had shared their location with Opal. She could see they actually stayed on Maui for 3 days as the fires continued, doing tourist activities.
Shameful.
You clearly can go to all the festivals in the world. You preach all of this love and prosperity and all for the human race and how you just love, but you couldn't leave an island during a crisis while they're pulling bodies out of an ocean. You know, like that kind of just like defeats the purpose to me on like what you're preaching. You just literally watched a fire happen and you're just like, oh, but we're gonna go to the beach.
And if that's not disgusting enough, because I was already like, oh my god. After Opal called them out, they posted a story saying she was spreading misinformation with no further explanation. Layup then posted a diss track against Opal. And this diss track mentions creating heat like flame from the body.
Stay producing heat like a human body. Live your truth and people hate you. That's the newest hobby.
Can you not? Can you just shut up for once in your life? Are you ever allowed to be wrong? Even if you're caught in a lie, you're not allowed to be wrong.
And you'd think after so much spiritual evolution, after so much
connection with the universe and stuff, one would think that they'd have more respect for the people of Hawaii, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
For anybody, but especially the people of the land that they claim to care about so much, and some of the practices Shanin uses in her music.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Unfortunately, this boyfriend person is a reoccurring character, and we will be revisiting him later, so strap on, babies.
Okay, so let's get to the art. Everybody, hold on to your hats, and let's have some conversations about this incredible mystical woman on TikTok, shall we?
Let's go!
Before we start, I just want to look at this image with the dream catchers and the locks and the grill.
This is just it. Need I say more?
That car smells like cultural appropriation.
And it probably has a ton of spiders in it.
We'll get to the spiders later.
Got big hair, big heart, big big life, big goals, big checks.
You're copying Doja Cat and also Renee Rapp.
Please, baby, can we think of something original? And not only is the content not original, it's taken, but it's not even played with. It's just me, I, big tits, big heart, big checks, big dick. Penis.
Drink to that, ladies. That deserves.
I need to add something. I need to add something.
Oh.
Yes!
I am not opposed to talking about money in music, even though I am very anti-capitalist. I just feel like when you're listening to music, it's just a vibe rather than like your worldview about life.
But also she uses her music to be like, oh, I'm manifesting. If you talk about your big life, big goals, big tits, big heart, then you'll have big life, big tits, big heart. Meg Thee Stallion is like, I worked my ass off and I got where I got, so I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean?
And also, she claims that she is an enlightened spiritual being. Then why are you talking about how you're making 7 figures? You have millions and millions of dollars.
It's just like half the content is cultural appropriation, Q type B, and then the other half of it is like, I'm rich! If you're poor, you suck. If you hate me, you suck. Peace. Perm! The perm!
I'm sorry, this is giving Chutney from Legally Blonde.
The ammonium thioclocholate. And she's just like,
And your time hating on me instead of making something great. I keep succeeding while you still working that 9 to 5 you hate. You pay my bills in your basement, writing hate comments on the independent artist. Happy because I made it. The hate you have for me is a reflection of your own.
Oh!
Is it now?
I see.
So me not liking cultural appropriation, bragging about ill-gotten goods, etc. That's just on me. Has nothing to do with you and your perm. When you got the perm done, you couldn't have gotten your roots done too, girl. Let's fucking get your together. If you've got that big bag, fix your damn hair.
So she says everybody has something to say about her.
But they won't say it to my face. No, they won't say it to my face.
If I could, I would, but I also don't feel like stalking you or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like Shanin.
Part of me wants to like at her in the caption and just be like, hey bestie, I'll say it to your face, because that's the closest I'll get. I'm not gonna like find you or anything, because I don't think that that's necessary to say that you're wrong.
I would say it to your face, but if I say, yeah, I'm gonna say it to your face, that sounds like I'm gonna go find and stalk your bossy little van. I'm not interested.
I'm not interested in your spider van. Thank you very much.
Again, her whole thing is stealing stuff.
Why are they so obsessed with me? I really wanna know.
Yeah. Yeah. Not even like a sample, just straight up. We are so obsessed with you because you're spreading conspiracy theories about aliens and the pyramids and time travel, and because you're a cultural appropriator, and because you were on Hawaii when they told you to leave.
Okay, let's go. I'm a bad bitch.
Okay.
It's the start of the next one. I'm a bad bitch. You are bad and you are a bitch. But are you the two of those things put together? I don't fucking think so.
I think she wants to be Doja Cat, No Name, someone black, and not her. Like, she says go love yourself, but she's obsessed with copying other people. So who's the one that really needs to take a look at themselves? I don't know.
Like this, I would do it like this. Turn around, drop it down, make it bounce. Like this. Say about bad, powerful and savage.
Shanin Blake, as a appropriator of indigenous cultures, can you also not call yourself a savage? People will want to make the appropriation versus appreciation with argument with her, I'm sure. But she clearly doesn't appreciate that. She clearly doesn't appreciate the culture if she's calling herself a savage. Cause girl, you're white.
We saw in our research that Shanin Blake felt the need to show proof of being indigenous and part of the Cherokee tribe. We don't feel like anyone should be pressured to prove their identities as a part of a marginalized community. However, in the end, this would only account for one of the many cultures she has and continues to appropriate. People would likely question her less about being indigenous if she wasn't frequently stealing from several indigenous cultures at a time.
If it's like a reclamation thing, maybe for black people or indigenous people, that's fine.
Like, white people were the ones calling other people savages. That's not ours to claim.
No.
And I feel like if you listen to indigenous people and to black people, you would know that. And you don't have to physically be surrounded by a lot of indigenous and black people to be able to try to listen to what they're saying. There's a lot of communities on social media that you can tap into. There's a lot of books, there's a lot of YouTube.
Clearly she's on social media, so come on. Spend a little time listening to the people from the cultures that you're stealing from. Maybe you'll learn something. Actually, you will learn something if you choose to pay attention.
I'm Native, and I wanted to talk about what she is directly taking from the Native community. So first, obviously, the dream catcher in the back of her car, which, why would you need that in the back of... I'm not getting into the why, but It's a dream catcher. You use it when you sleep. Anyways, so obviously that's appropriation. People countless times have asked non-native people to not wear those or use that imagery, especially if it's mass produced, and it looks like you got it like Pier 1 imports. You can see that there are dots and line tattoos, and a lot of tribes of North America have traditional line tattoos on their fingers and dots and stuff like that. So that's another appropriation thing that I see here.
And that's the other thing that's so sad about this, is she could be uplifting Black artists. She could be uplifting Indigenous artists. It doesn't feel like she does that, though.
Like, she could be doing her own thing, inspired and not stolen by them, and be like, hey, this is my inspiration, this is what I go for, let's go check them out, let's go gas them up just like you gassed me up. This could be a beautiful relationship between artists if she wasn't a total appropriator.
And Shanin does not credit any Black artist, any people of color. She referred to Jack Johnson as being an influence. That's pretty sad that you can't acknowledge people of color as being an influence, especially when your sound is very close to a neo-soul sound, predominantly used by people of color, Black people.
I think this is also a good lesson for the public, too. This woman has 1 million followers on Instagram, yet there are so many independent artists out there, especially women of color, who are making this kind of music, except it's their own, and it's a lot better. So it's a shame that we're paying so much attention to her and not them.
Just support the people who are already doing it. Set your racism to the side and support the people of color who are already doing the thing that you enjoy, instead of supporting a white supremacist and platforming her simply because you enjoy seeing things stolen from Black people so much.
Agreed. So this is why apparently she can wear locks, have dream catchers in the back and stuff,
and go to Hawaii while it's burning, etc. Can I please read it in a dramatic voice? Because this is so funny.
I will allow it.
Thank you. For the people in the back, I'm Native American and Hispanic and Irish. I grew up in a family that speaks fluent Spanish, visiting my relatives in Mexico often and eating homemade tacos.
You know what, guys? All those homemade tacos that we had with our Mexican friends growing up.
Soy mexicana! No, soy Argentina, but it's just, come on, like, sorry, it's just like, by her standards, I could be Mexican. I grew up speaking Spanish and eating homemade tacos. Like,
come on.
I'm not, but I could be, according to Shanin. Anyway.
I grew up doing plant medicine, burning sage, doing sweat lodges in teepees, and connecting with my ancestors as part of my culture. Then, okay, but I read a comment that you were from Utah. Those people from Utah. I'm not saying that there's not a single Indigenous person in Utah. I'm just saying that makes the likelihood of all of this go down a little bit, no? Because most people from Utah are simply white.
And no shade to Utah. I'm sorry, this entire situation is just funny. My great-great-great-grandfather was a famous Cherokee chief. Oh yeah? Name him.
Name him. Which one?
If he was oh so famous, you would know his name.
What was the name? Please stop telling people what their race is and what they can and can't do. You are unaware that this is offensive. Are you unaware that it's super offensive to wear locks in the United States, while Black people can't even wear them without being called gross and ratchet and
unprofessional,
dirty? Like, maybe once they can start wearing their natural hair
and their protective styles without it being frowned upon, maybe then, maybe in that society, you know, you can wear your crusty busty locks that don't do anything for your hair and have no business being there.
But we're not there.
We're not there. So let's chill.
This one is pure entertainment.
Entertainment Central.
Ready? At first you're gonna think, this one's a little bit boring. Why are we watching this? I promise it's worth it. I promise.
Hang in there.
Hang in there, my little clowns.
First thing in the mornings, like my J and I'm soaring. Step outside, be here now. Eckhart Tolle be knowing. If you walk in my space, I'll light up some sage. Deep breaths, clear the energy, aligning through things we speak it into existence, creating these visions, no limits, unstoppable.
Why did he slide in there?
He slid into her DMs.
So yeah, that is
The boy.
Someone.
Is that not the boy?
Well, let's look at this post, shall we?
Is my guy, then I see right through your
Whatever, they're chilling, right? But look at the caption. Showing my brother!
Brother who?
Brother,
I thought that was your boyfriend. And then there's another post where she calls him her cousin.
I love you. What's that? What's that, brother?
So my guess is it's like brother in Christ spiritual cousin situation.
It doesn't make sense because they're definitely like in a relationship. Like, look at this post. Happy 1-year anniversary to my sweetest guppy guy, love of my life, best friend, hubby, daddy, soulmate, lion lover, kala, alien, most kindred, soul of a man. I'm sorry. If she's saying all of this about her cousin, I'm gonna puke. So please be her boyfriend. But please stop calling him your cousin because we're all confused.
And your brother.
Both are obscene. Please.
It's obscene.
Please.
No. But, like jellyfish hat! Ah!
It's pretty fun.
No, that's the thing. Like, the hat is fun. If she wasn't a total appropriator, I could see how the energy could be fun. But I see right through it.
Ooh, quick detour, quick squirrel trail because I forgot about this post. Friends, I'm performing in Jamaica. I'm so excited. I'll be doing a private, intimate performance for an all-inclusive wellness yoga retreat called Awakened Bliss. For how much money, Shannon? You would like to do that in Jamaica?
Yeah, I know, and there's literally a comment, one of the first ones that popped up for us. If you cared about the collective the way you say you do, you'd know Jamaican natives don't want tourists on their land.
The majority of the beaches in Jamaica are privatized, so that only the people in the nice hotels having the all-exclusive yoga retreats and stuff are able to go to them. It's not like they wouldn't want tourists probably otherwise, but right now, while they can't even enjoy their own land, no, let's fix that. The Hawaiians feel the same way. And yet she's probably gone to Hawaii. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
We already know that one.
Long before August 8th, people have been talking about please do not come to Hawaii right now. Please don't come to Hawaii.
But why would she listen?
She's an enlightened being, right?
She's an alien.
Oh, we're getting there. Okay, this one is interesting. We're getting into some funky manifestation territory here. What? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get used to it at this point. I can't be gooped every time she pops up on screen.
I still am.
It's bad. I feel like Kendrick would make fun of her.
Oh yeah. Kendrick would rip her to pieces.
Bad witch, I'm a real bad witch, cause I got the knowledge. Listen, Abraham Hicks used to be a broke witch. Now I'm cashing my checks, cause I tapped into collective consciousness and
if you tapped into collective consciousness so much, why did they not tell you that braids are appropriate? Why did they not tell you to leave Maui?
Cowrie shells, which I actually just recently learned are in fact cultural appropriation, because they were used as currency in certain cultures.
I also found out that crystals, the majority of them, the ones that I actually love so much, are unethically mined.
And how much you want to bet those butterfly wings that she has in her necklace and on her earrings are unethically sourced?
I bet you she cares more about that, though, than about actually going to the lands and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I can see her being like, oh my god, the butterfly has to live a full life, but then being like, Jamaica!
Yes.
You know?
Oh, Abraham Hicks, she name dropped. Abraham Hicks is not a he, actually. Abraham Hicks is the collective consciousness of several people. Apparently, one of these people includes Jesus. And this collective named Abraham is channeled through this one woman named Esther Hicks. Okay? Now, Esther helped inspire the book and the movie The Secret, which was very popular in the 90s and helped popularize the idea of manifesting your reality. Okay? Now, the problem with Abraham and Esther Hicks and all of this... I mean, for one, she's claiming to be channeling Jesus. Problematic. Two, she says that all of your negative thoughts are basically bad things that you just need to stop thinking because the more you think them, the worse your life is. And it's just categorically untrue.
That's not very PogChamp. Oh my god, I've been chilling in the mountains of Peru. Bosca 20 times in a row because I don't give a fuck about my brain chemistry too.
So I think this is probably her most viral, notorious song, and it has every right to be. It has 2 verses. We're probably gonna have to listen to them both, unfortunately, because there's a lot.
It's a lot. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. This is gonna take a sec.
And then also, there's an Instagram post to give more context to how she came to writing these songs. So I think that we're gonna need those at the end as well. Okay,
let's go.
First, the
mountains of Peru.
This is called the Peru song for all of you wanting to stream this on Spotify.
Is that seriously what it's called? You couldn't even think of a title?
No, it's
the Peru song.
And yeah, I was joking. Please don't stream this. Thank you.
Please don't. Thank you.
Find
Yeah.
anyone else.
I haven't learned an alien.
I've heard this so many times.
So tried the best medicine. I've been learning from the aliens, like how we're all connected to the pyramids, and how we used to use them for time traveling.
We did.
Oh, we did we?
The person who came up with that theory was a white supremacist who couldn't believe that black and brown people were technologically advanced enough to build the pyramids.
And who told you that? Abraham.
Was it the alien?
Girl, was it the spiders? We'll get there.
Like how we're all connected to the pyramids.
Me after putting granola and fruit in my yogurt.
Me after saving a bug instead of stomping on it.
Normalize just being like an accountant or something. Peru, blink twice if you're in danger.
Peru, drinking iron with the Shanin stew.
What an absolute privilege it is to go to a country that has been violently dispossessed by the United States and symbolically continuing that dispossession by culturally appropriating black hair, going to those Latin American dispossessed entities, which are indigenous shamans of Peru, and then saying that you just had a jolly good time. What an absolute privilege. And I promise you that my Latin American ancestors do not respect you.
Listen, Miss Thing.
And now she's astral projecting. You know, I think you might be astral projecting because you, in your words, took a little bit of acid, a little bit of shroom,
a little ayahuasca too,
a little sandpaper to shift the mood.
I think you may be doing a little bit too many psych, my friend.
Which,
with all due respect.
With all due respect, because we do not frown upon that. However, it is a thing that you need to be careful with because over time, in large quantities, it can change your brain chemistry. Ayahuasca is the type of thing you should probably only do like a few times in your life with a long time in between to give your brain time to recalibrate so you can really like sit on the experience because it's probably a lot.
That's our understanding of it anyway, especially from the way that she describes it in her Instagram post later. So yeah, you need to be careful. And also, not everybody should be doing these kinds of things. Some people have histories of things that maybe are not necessarily triggered until something happens with that, and you need to be really careful. Spiritual psychosis is real.
Drug-induced schizophrenia is real.
You need to be careful.
It's actually super easy to go into spiritual psychosis, and that is like the main thing that in historical texts they warn you about witchcraft or the occult. And that's one of the reasons why you do need a shaman, you do need a mentor, you do need a teacher, or if you're teaching yourself, you got to be really, really careful and use rituals.
Spiritual psychosis is a real thing, and it's very concerning for any person who believes they have any special abilities or mental powers that other people cannot perceive or cannot understand.
If you were to compare that to Mother God, you see like a lot of parallels. And really what it is that when people like the idea of spirituality versus the actual work and going on the actual journey, this is kind of what you end up with.
And because it's spiritual psychosis, a lot of people will neglect or refuse to get psychiatric care because they believe what they are experiencing is spiritual in nature and doesn't have anything to do with their mental health, which is also really, really damaging to put out.
And again, this is not me trying to be like,
This is the DARE program. Put away your John F. Kennedy right now.
Just be careful.
Just keep your head on your shoulders. That's the thing. This woman's head is in the clouds 24/7. 24/7, and that's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
Not yourself, not the world, not your immediate community, not the internet.
Yeah, because what is she doing for her immediate community? She's helping some of her friends, it seems like. She's helping her mom, but like you could be helping a lot more people than that. If you're seriously so tapped into collective consciousness, then why are you not worried about the mass loss of life that is taking place across this planet right now?
Honestly, she has the money to put into programs to better the situations in the places of which she's taking culture from. For example, Hawaii. Instead of staying in there for 3 days during the fire, she could have paid for people to get housing during the fires.
No, because it's all about her.
What do we know, right? What do we know? We're not tapped into the collective consciousness. We're not Aryan aliens. Like, no. We're just little low vibrational plebs.
We're such plebs, we forgot this part.
Kidney infection, I heal that too.
I don't think you understand what kidneys do. They filter your blood, you could go septic soon. Go get yourself some antibiotics, dude.
Healed my own kidney infection is absolutely wild, but it's truly not that big of a leap from this individualistic ideology that is pushed in a lot of these crunchy spaces. That you can heal everything.
Oh, and don't you see that your hate don't faze me? Nothing that you say it could ever faze me.
Then why do you talk about it so often?
And all these haters, they be pressing as they watch me do my thing. Pay attention, cause there's always more snakes in the grass. But I got something to say about SHA and I am play. And all these haters obsessing, they steady stressing every single time my name gets mentioned. Viral trolls no proof, making up like real bullies talk about me to get clout and get likes now.
Also, rhyming phase me with phase me. Wow, groundbreaking. Someone call the Grammys.
Bitching from the Pallades, learning is the race. See, I came to this earth to bring love, light, and heal.
You did now, did you? How come all you talk about is money and yourself?
Good question. Also, if you're like the Pallades, I'm a Lyrian. So she believes that she is a Lyrian starseed, a special
vibrational being
who came from the planet Pleiades to make the world better, okay? And these Lyrian aliens are typically white with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Like 1,000,000 books on it, and you'll never guess the roots. And I'm just gonna show like more pictures of what people think the Pleiadians look like. Got it? Got it. Alright, so they control America. Let's see the white and the... What happened here? Oh, it was made in Nazi Germany. You can even kind of go into how all of this is tied into anti-Semitic, like, reptilian theory. Basically that, you know, there's a new world order, that some aliens are benevolent, some are malevolent, and some rule the earth. According to this theory, that Jewish people are apparently the evil ones. So she says right here, I came to this earth to bring love, light, and healing. That's exactly the same narrative that, you know, Nazis use to justify why they're better. They can heal, but no one else can, because they're not special.
Yeah. So this is not just like tee hee ha ha, I do shrooms, I do tea, beepy wappa.
Yeah, like, it's just so bad. Like, it was already like, okay, you're appropriating cultures, can we stop? But, like, she is fully, like, the white savior complex situation to the stars.
Yes. Yes. Thinking that you're an alien who came to this planet to make the world better because you're a special human.
No, she's not human, she's a starseed.
Sorry, because you're a special starseed. That is white supremacy, Shannon.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, quite frankly.
Help somebody then. Do it. This is her Instagram post, which I think is gonna add a lot of clarity. to the songs that we just listened to. Soaking up the sun in the sacred valley of Peru. This was the morning after the first night of Aya in the retreat center. I've drank Aya about 20 times prior to this. And then just wait, here's more. For this retreat, we did 3 nights of Aya and 1 day of San Pedro.
Like, that stuff is not to be f***ed with.
I don't feel like you should be doing it that often. Again, I'm no scientist.
I'm no doctor.
and I'm not a shaman also who helps initiate these type rites. However, I think you need to be careful.
No, I know you need to be careful. That's you know you gotta be careful with that stuff. I'm sorry.
Yes. And I've heard of it as like a once in a lifetime type of experience. So 20 times, now 23 times just seems a little excessive.
It just seems a little dangerous for a person to have their head in the clouds that much. No wonder she thinks she's a starseed that was sent to save everybody. She's on drugs all the time. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. It's a lot. My intention for the first ceremony was to dive deeper into connecting with aliens that have recently started trying to make contact with me. 'Cause you're so special.
Are they from the Galactic Federation? Okay, sorry. So, according to this post, when she thinks that she needs to write, she sees spiders. Like, again, all the doctor.
Because I, again, am not a doctor, but given the fact that you just told me you've done ayahuasca 20 times in your life, you're a younger person. I think she's maybe like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
20 times is wild. And also you do your little bit of acid, your little bit of shroom. You're doing tobacco, which we've read in a post. Apparently she blew the tobacco with the alien to make it go away.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiling it.
Sorry. Please just see a doctor. I don't think the spiders in your room telling you to write music are divinely sent. I think that's induced.
And I'm not trying to be a dick in this specific instance, okay? I don't really care that I was an asshole about cultural appropriation, to be quite frank. However, this stuff is serious, and I'm not trying to be a dick here.
No, like, this is actually concerning. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean that I'm not genuinely concerned for your well-being at this time.
Yeah, especially if you're arachnophobic and you keep seeing visions of spiders. That's scary. Then all of a sudden, an alien appeared around me, sitting how I was. It was the outline of the typical alien you see. Giant head, giant eyes, long, lanky, skinny body. But it was genderless, but felt masculine. He was translucent, almost invisible, but he was showing himself to me. I could see the outline of every part of him. And then he reached into this specific stone that had an alien fingerprint on it, as if he was trying to show me that it was his stone he sent to Earth.
My heart was racing. I've never seen an alien in real life. Girl, I thought you were an alien. Anyway, I was asking him if he came in peace and what he wanted and why he was trying to communicate with me, and he wouldn't answer. So, because of my fear, I told him to leave and started blowing tobacco on him, and then he disappeared. Girl, if I'd be too scared shitless to blow tobacco at an alien, I wouldn't want that bitch to kill me. She really thinks she's so all-powerful that she can blow tobacco at a supposed alien being that is standing in front of her.
It's
supposedly.
Vision. It's a vision. It's not a real alien, clearly. I have so many questions. Okay. Yeah, and then this one, I saw so many pyramids with staircases leading up to them, which have been very potent for me and what I've been learning lately about ancient time travel, space, and portal travel. I had my record keeper.
Oh, because you're rich enough to have one of those, anyway.
No, I think this is like a internal spiritual sort of thing.
Oh, I thought it was like bookkeeper.
No, I had my record keeper crystals show me visions of the Chichen Itza pyramid before I knew what the pyramid was and needed up bringing my crystal there a long time ago during a ceremony. I've been communicating with crystal technology, uploading and downloading visual knowledge for years now.
I also saw visions of tons of rainbow light sacred geometry of the Chicana, which at that time I didn't know what that symbol was, and then learned it's the 4 directions, which I always call on before the ceremony. It's painted on everything in Peru.
That's shocking how you saw it in a vision then, because if it's painted on everything, you probably saw it subconsciously.
Wow, psychology. Wow.
I think we've made it through the not so magical conspiratorial world of Shanin Blake. I feel like I just ran a marathon.
I'm wiping my sweat.
I've been sitting here for a good amount of time, just talking, and I really feel like I astral projected to the Pleiades. Like, I'm tired.
You're a Pleiadian now?
And I can visit without being a Pleiadian. Cut the cams. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for this exploration. We really appreciate it. If you want to see more case studies like this of pastel Q type women, please let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, let us know. Leave a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for updates on when we post more videos.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.